Yo everyone, welcome back! Today we are going to be continuing the story of A Mystery Profound, Hell's Hot Paradise. Let us do this. Hey Drong, let's continue the story! So we're going to be continuing off with episode 2, part 1, and we'll be finishing off with episode 3 as well. Hello Audley, welcome. Let's do this. So as a brief recap of what we did last time, we entered hell because we were very bad. No, that's not what happened. Seems the Awakeage, some mystery phenomenon, got everyone in Tokyo with some sort of mini apocalypse, and now we are in the underworld, which seems to be an amalgam of different underworld mythologies. And also we can't use our secret artifacts, and also Daikoku has his own backstory saying about being kicked out as Okunushi, a Yamaterasu. Yo, Hinchan, welcome. So we just have been rescued by Sarutohiko now. Sarutohiko has led your group to a hot spring town in the bowels of hell. In complete contrast to the harsh environment outside, you see a calm, peaceful town spread out before you. The spirits of the dead and the ogres bustle back and forth along its streets, filling it with life. So this is the safe spot? Paradise and hell. Hey, thanks for the help, Sarutohiko. Don't worry about it. Come, follow me. I'll see if I can have an in. I work out hide you all. I don't think the boss will say no. He's quite nice, you see. He even let me in. Hey, hold on. I want to check out the town first. Like, how many chances do you get to visit a hot spring town in hell? Jiron curiously looks around, pausing to gaze in wonder at some of the sights he sees. Someone is sitting on a road playing an instrument, bringing strangely familiar music to Jiron's ears. Rikyu, Kagami, and Charlotte keep their guards up, and Miyake's eyes hold genuine fascination. It's nice to see Miyake showing some more expressions other than, being kind of sus. Each member of the group observes the unfamiliar scenery in their own way. As you follow suit and look around, some faces you recognize come into view. Hey, Sorted and Shino. How about some soul tempura? Freshly fried in fires of hell. Buy now and get 20% off. This is a deal you simply cannot pass up. Whoa, soul tempura? I wonder what it tastes like. I'll have it, mister. Oh my god, Jirong! Searcher? But Jirong, wait! I'll buy one too. Hey, don't bother. Eat that and it's coming out the other end, something fierce. Sarutohiko does his damnedest to kill off Jirong's interest in underworld cuisine. The town's main street is filled with all sorts of colorful characters, many attending to stalls with items of interest. Yep, there's a lot of options to look through. So, what is, Blood Fountain Hell? Hero of mine, does this spot pique your interest as well? I have no idea, they all look the same to me. I've heard of similar waters before. The redness means the temperature of the spring is particularly high, yes? I personally prefer hotter springs, and was thinking of scoping it out before a possible dip later. The two of you pass through the red curtains, and you see two familiar faces within. Welcome to a spring like no other, one made from the fresh blood of sinners boiled in Hell's Cauldron. We offer the blood-sucking course and the execution course. Which would be to your liking? Blood-sucking and execution? Could I ask for a bit more explanation? I feel it's all pretty self-explanatory. In the first one, I suck up all your filthy sinner's blood. Easy, right? In the other, I offer liberation from the pain of wandering perdition with a single stroke of my blade. What the fuck is this? I think we'll pass. Oh, person, welcome. There's a minute for that. What to pick? Everything is just so hard to pick. Well, to be honest, I just want to goof off on a job. But ogres are obligated to work down here, you see. Oh, and you, Wolfman. Your blood smells nice and cold, like it go down the throat really well. I'll ring you up for the blood-sucking course. Want to follow me? Is this where a mango drew is? Ellie and fucking Korku Kamui ship. No thanks. I think I'll have someone else suck me down their throat. Whoa! Here it goes! The moment Horyukami turns away, Ellie snaps into action and throws him into the back. Can't let your guard down. I may be pretty, but I'm still an ogre. Ogre? I don't think that's how you are. Time to dine. Whoa! Down your throat! Ellie vanishes into the back, leaving you alone with Tanatomo. Oh, Jackie. We're getting a lot of, what's called sudden hetero happening in this game. How about we talk over a cup of tea? When Ellie gets like that, well, it's impossible to stop her. Well, if you insist. You seem awfully calm. But I think I've got to go see Horyukami. This sort of thing happens daily here in hell, I'm afraid. Don't worry, she won't suck him dry. She isn't exactly the most diligent worker. I really hate that about her. Don't worry, any leftovers I'll suck Horyukami dry myself. Tanatomo smiles at you before sitting down to sip a cup of tea. You hear the noises of a fierce battle coming from the back. It seems like Horyukami is putting up a fight. It sounds so violent that you fear the building will come crashing down, but Tanatomo remains as calm as ever. Suddenly, a wooden board comes flying from the heat of combat, hitting the seated Tanatomo squarely on the back of the head with a dull thud. Vampire in Japanese means blood-sucking oni. I see, but that still doesn't really explain why Ellie should be interpreted as one. Uh-oh. Anyone can see the atmosphere in the room has turned frosty. Tanatomo is wearing a smile that could freeze hell itself, then stands up and politely asks to be excused. Ellie, I have a few words of advice for you on what it means to take your job seriously. I trust you have time. Sensing the strength of Tanatomo's displeasure, Ellie stops hassling her victim and obeys. Fine, whatever. Hey, Wolfman, if you want me to suck your blood down my throat, come on over anytime. I'll be waiting for you. If you're tired of your life in hell, my blade is always available. Now, Ellie, let's go back to our discussion. As I've said time and time again, work is not something to be done only when you feel like it. One must. Ellie covers her ears as Tanatomo scowls. The two of you exit Lynn, leaving them to work it out. No, that was something I would rather soon forget. Is that simply what all denizens of hell are like? Don't worry, Horyukami. You'll enjoy it sooner or later. Forgive me, but I would like to rest for a spell. If you'd like to continue your exploration, do be careful. Alright, it seems to have his own arc on the side before he comes back near the end. It's hard-looking Horyukami tells you that he'll rest on a nearby bench. The two of you part ways. Hey, cool! We can see everything! I like this. I was like, wondering. I guess we'll be seeing things with Miniaki as well as Jurong. And maybe some of Hiko. Poison Pond Hell! You're curious about the Poison Pond Hell place's hot spring too. They do say poison can become medicine after all. I'm rather curious about it professionally. The two of you pass through the green curtains adorned with a hot spring symbol to find yet another familiar face. Who this? You found? No, it's Shinnon! God damn it. Welcome to the toxic springs, with waters so fierce and fine they send even the denizens of hell running away crying. A single dip will be your one-way ticket to heaven. Since you've stepped through the curtains, I trust you're prepared to melt in glorious venom. This is the real hell? Shenong Hell Edition is Q2. Just kidding, wrong place, let's get out of here. Shenong stomps toward you, looking awfully eager to submerge you in toxic swamp of a hot spring. It seems like they're conflating torture here with relaxation. Which is, you know, a traditional view of what hell is supposed to be like when you joke about it. When we heard poison, I should have guessed too, yeah. I mean, I kind of should have guessed it was Miniaki too, because he's related to medicine, but there's no way to guess what Miniaki's was something related to fire. Miniaki protectively slides between the two of you. And we're simply browsing the possibilities, you see. And this caught our interest. Utterly fascinating. Poison swamp. I'm curious about the effects of water has, personally. Could you give me the details? Whoa, someone in hell interested in health? Well, I'd love to oblige. It'll be long though, so I hope you have time. As long as my chapter told monologue. Seeming quite impressed by Miniaki's interest, Channeling delves into a jargon-laden discussion with a good doctor. Hey, step out while I'm buying time. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Miniaki! Based! He's based. Miniaki glances towards the entry, and you take the hint and slip outside. Aww. Alright, let's see quick sentinel. I don't know who we're going with this, though. This is different. And I think we just jumped into a different event. Welcome to Hell's favorite sand bath. Taken once and you're never getting out again. What the fuck is this shit? What is this, like, happy torture going on? A new customer. Hi, aren't you a cute one? How about a quick cup of tea and a meal with me before you dive into the sand? The inside of the inn seems more like a desert than an establishment offering a sand bath, and you are greeted by a pair of familiar faces. Your favorite summer ship. Yeah, they're pretty alright. Once inside, however, you hear a third person's voice. Oh yeah, Shalal was here. I forgot he was here. Save me, please! Shalal? Oh, hold on, here I come. They weren't kidding about sinking. You grab the single Shalal by the hand and try to hoist him up with all you've got. He didn't even accompany us, he just became an open, like, decided to sink himself. Unfortunately, the ground you're on is just as unstable as what he's sinking in. And the further you step, the deeper you sink. This is some relaxation town. What the hell is this in? Right then, however, someone grabs your forearm and you find yourself pulled free from the sandy quagmire along with Shalotl. Oi! What are you two doing? Don't you know that in here, the more you struggle, the deeper in you go? Just like in bed with me. Hey, you see this going away? Hey, you remember me? Huh? What are you talking about? Couldn't just stand and watch while a good looker like you sink into the sandy depths. If you don't know the trick to getting into the sand bath, you'll be buried in the blink of an eye. Shalotl begins to complain with tears in his eyes as he spits out sad he didn't rescue him. Well, tell me that before you get in. Oh, no one told me anything. Eesh, did my partner just forget to tell you? Let him off easy for me, will ya? I'll give him hell later. As an apology, feel free to come back anytime. No charge. Especially you, good looker. I'd love to have you back. No, what'll he say? I'm never coming back. Oh, I don't want to die. Oh, I'm already dead. Then let's get out of here. Shalotl takes your hand and leaves the establishment in a huff. Shalotl's pretty cute here. And Gogbe too. Is this what every hot spring is like in hell? Even if I had 9 lives like some others, it's still too dangerous. He is trooping. He dejectedly crouches down along the side of the road so as not to block traffic. I'll just wait here until everyone gets back. I'll probably run into something painful if I wander around too much. Oh. With one worried eye on Shalotl, you glance around at your surroundings while deciding whether or not to keep browsing. Well, I think you've seen enough. Bergeron! After a good initial walk about town, your exhausted companions gather again. Jurong, however, is still as energetic as ever, his eyes sparkling at every sight. Is everyone alright? Seems so. I'll have to take you to the next place then. The baths here and where I live really are something, so look forward to it. Hey, if you say something, Sir Tigo, it's really gotta be. Now, let's hurry over, everyone! Come on! You're gonna get left behind! Waka waka! Waka waka! Machete, machete! Jurong runs ahead as he's trying to race your guide. Suddenly Takiko himself grimaces, but he seems to be enjoying it all. They don't seem like brothers when they act like that, don't they? It kind of brings back memories. I hear they haven't known each other for too long, but I suppose Sarutohiko is simply not caring and big brotherly. You and the others hurry after them so as not to lose them in the crowd. Mystery most profound. Let's hot paradise. Episode 2. Welcome to Hell's Hot Spring Town. This place looks a lot like the bathhouse you work at in Tokyo, Sarutohiko. And it seems safe too. I was worried it would be just as dangerous as everywhere else. Onomuchi no Mikoto, I have returned. And I bring guests. Hey, Master Onomuchi! Onamuchi no Mikito? Who's that? You mean the owner? Answering Sarutohiko's calls, the innkeeper emerges from the back. I wonder if he has a separate existence from Daikoku. Because, you know, he technically said he was hiding his name, his true identity. But in the world of Housamo, you never actually hide your true identity. You rather be split off from it. So maybe we just left Daikoku, so it's quite possible they're actually considered two different entities then. Sarutohiko. Good work. I see you brought guests indeed. Welcome guests. I'm Onamuchi, the humble operator of this bath here at Yubune. May you find it to your... what? Goodness, my lord. What are you doing here? And why do you appear to be so young? What a handsome innkeeper. I believe that's my line, Daikoku. Who might Daikoku be? What are you talking about? Either way, Lord Susanoo, since when are you back here in hell? I've been working here at Yubune as you decreed. Have I committed some sin or error? Huh? Are you telling me you're our very own legend, the hero of the surface, Lord Susanoo? The living legend in flesh, whose exploits are known far and wide? He who makes elites tear their hair out? You? Onamuchi and Sarutohiko both stares at you in surprise and begins to make a fuss. This gives Miyake a moment to contemplate the individual calling himself Onamuchi. It's Chief Daikoku, unmistakably. He's younger though. Why? This isn't a disguise. Is it a sacred artifact, Gavel's power? No, he can't use his gavel like I can't use mine. There must be an external reason then. Well, I don't know who this Susanoo is, but it's a long story. Just treat me normally, okay? So you're not Susanoo after all. I thought you had a vaguely different air about you. Am I right? Then again, you look like the spitting image of him, as far as I can tell. Well, if Earthen wants an special treatment, why not oblige, right? Sarutohiko, you would dare address Lord Susanoo with no title. Clearly you do not know his fearsomeness. Sarutohiko quickly adapts. In stark contrast, Onamuchi appears to be positively mortified. Rikukami and Shilotl try to convince Onamuchi that such informality isn't a problem, but he still seems scared. Earthen? Just what in the world did he do to this poor guy anyway? No idea. Probably threw him in hell or something. Can't remember. I looked like someone else, that's what. Oh, right, I forgot. This group is without lodging, much like myself. What do you let them stay here, Master Onamuchi? We do have rooms available, right? Oh, but of course. I could hardly turn down Lord Susanoo and company. Onamuchi leads your group to a room large enough to hold a huge banquet. Oh! Look at the size of this place! Think of pill fates we can have here! Real revenge, you're wrong. We can't make trouble for our Onamuchi. I don't mind at all. Esteemed Earthen and company, please do as you see fit. Seriously? A whoop like me isn't much to talk, but you really ought to lay down the law early here. Oddly courageous of Shilotl to insist. Jurong is so pleased to hear that he can have a pillow fight that he looks as excited as a boy on his first overnight school trip. Are you sure about lending us such a large room, though? If there are any chores I could help around in the inn, I would be glad to do so. Oh, you needn't worry about a thing. Embarrassing as it is to say, well, my humble establishment does not see much patronage. Besides, I could not think of forcing you into labor when this is a trial Lord Susanoo has bequeathed upon me. Oh, you heard him. So, Lord Susanoo's a double. What do you think? I think we should all, let's see. They're all the same choice. Let's help. Goodness, thank you. In all honesty, that would be a great help. Now that said, I'm sure the road here has left you all tired. You'll leave the inn and labor to me for the day. Don't forget you have me around too, Master Onamuchi. This kind of stuff is basically my main job nowadays. Sarutohiko flexes his biceps with a grin, telling his boss he's got it. Thank you, Sir Chihiko. With that, I shall take my leave and to tend to my duties. The hot spring here is seriously amazing. It will knock your socks off, I assure you. Dip in whenever you have time. That's obviously his sinking face, but it's like he does like the cute puppy cheeks thing, which is not characteristic of what Miniaki's actually like. With that, Onamuchi and Saruhiko leave the grand room to return to their in-work. Miniaki watches them go with a troubled look on his face. Miniaki? Seems kind of worried. Where does his usual calm demeanor go? Murmuring to himself, Miniaki follows the other two out of the room. I'm not sure if this is in sequence with time, but if it is, then that means there definitely is two different entities. I don't know why, but it looks like we can't use our rules down here. Now, barring the possibility that someone willed that condition into being. Just what is going on to happen next? That should consider. After parting ways with your group, the cuckoo sinks into thought as he walks. Our role is the ability, the privilege to perform something that others cannot. It is a power allowed to those with roles, one that aids them in doing their duty. The levels that strike out unimaginable wealth, eyes able to see through any manner of shadows. What will become of those who have come to rely on such powers when suddenly bereft of them? No matter how calm and composed a person, they will change, violently so. Clinging to their past, they will seek their role. They will yearn for chains to bind them. After all, to lose what you once had is far more fearsome than never having it in the first place. One wishes to go back to where they were, live as they once did. Of course, I know this effect and I know it well. Any master manipulator worth their salt needs to. Now, with that in mind, let me consider what will happen next and how to deal with it. Every time Protect is using Boundless Tail. He hasn't actually used it a single time yet. The scene returns to the hot spring town. You find Miniaki and Onamuchi a short distance away from the large room, in a quiet section of the inn where a few voices can be heard. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I must insist. I do not know of this Daikoku character. Isn't that Dr. Miniaki and Onamuchi? Are they arguing? Hey, going to play dumb until the end, are you? I may not be able to use my eye or my rule since coming here, but I don't need it to see that you're Chief Daikoku. Anyone could see that. Ooh, memories before he was captured. I wonder how he felt about that. He probably is pissed off at Daikoku since he probably still blames him. Miniaki puts the pieces together in his mind. First, Awakage and Daikoku's shadow rule seem awfully similar. Judging from what Daikoku told Kyukami too, he seemed terribly well informed about the underworld. Then perhaps, Miniaki surmises, Daikoku wishes for this on his gavel back in Tokyo. I told you before that if any harm comes to my students, I would not forgive you. I'm sorry, but I really do not have any idea what you're talking about. I believe you must be mistaken. Ooh, taking charge. Miniaki grabs Onamuchi by the collar and slams him into the wall. Damn, did not really take him for this. Hold it. Time out! Miniaki, calm down. Onamuchi is behind this? I'm sorry, but this accusation is absurd. I'm but a humble innkeeper. Saruhiko steps in between them, attempting to mediate the squabble. Miniaki, however, does not loosen his grip. Please. My students are all talented with bright futures ahead of them. I just couldn't bear to lose a single one. I don't care what happens to me. Just let them out of here. Please. I'm begging you. Everyone falls silent as they listen to Miniaki desperately plead against Onamuchi's chest. Still, Onamuchi slowly repeats that he does not know anything. Miniaki then wipes his eyes on his sleeves before shooting the innkeeper a harsh look. I see. Well, unfortunately, I've got to save my students by any means necessary. If you're not going to budge, I'm going to have to give it a little rougher. Huh? Master Onomuchi, get back! Arthur, you'll help, right? Alright, Sotohiko, let's go calm him down. Damn. Yeah, seeing Miniaki's personality in full flesh is really surprising. It's like we barely knew anything about him, but only hints that he cared about the students, but this is the first time he's actually really acting on it. Rather than just talking about it. Alright, part 2 of episode 2. This is this. He got his charm, yeah. I mean, Miyaki's personality boiled down to just 2 things: caring about his students and, like, giving people the creepy eye. But this is a lot of extra personality we didn't see before. Nathan, Sotohiko, why are you getting in my way? I don't think I've ever heard any of Miyaki's lines yelling. Is this guy even Daikoku? You've only got circumstantial evidence. What's gotten into you, Dr. Miniaki? I apologize if I have done you or anyone ill, but I truly have no idea what you're talking about. Doctor, look at his eyes. He doesn't look like he's lying. Daikoku's eyes are way murkier. You do have a point. That Daikoku fellow was with you when you all woke up, right? Well, Master Onomuchi has barely left that inn over the past few days. I guarantee it. I see. Sorry, I made the wrong call. I'll go out and cool my head a little. With that, Miniaki disappears somewhere. Sotohiko plods down on the floor in relief. Who's that doctor anyway? He really could swing with the best of them. You too, Arthur. I didn't know you'd be so tough. Thanks, both of you. I truly appreciate what you've done for me. Hey, no problem. You could have done the same for me. Now, how about a reward? Lord Tsusa. Arthur, is that rather a sinister grin on purpose? It's not. It's just not my style. Shut up and let a bunch of nonsense slide. After all, who would want to be accused of something they didn't do? It doesn't make any sense. Sotohiko. Anyway, Master Onomichi, I hate formalities, so just treat me like you would anyone else. Besides, I may not know what's going on, but I do know that you wouldn't do anything that horrible. You found me when I was wandering around with no one to help me. And you took me in, a complete stranger to you. Hey, I know you're a good guy. Sotohiko grins. A teary-eyed Onomuchi bows to the both of you. Thank you, Sotohiko. Hey, no need to worry about all that, Onomichi no Mikoto. For someone who hates formality, you still address him as master, huh? What are you, a punk with a conscience? Well, of course, Arthur. Whether by Master Onomichi or his full name of Onomichi no Mikoto, he's... Sotohiko, our guest is exhausted after a long journey. There is no need for the history lesson. Oh, right, of course. Sorry about that, you two. I do apologize for all this commotion when you're so tired. Might I suggest the hot spring? It's wonderful for rejuvenation. I could also wash your back for you if you so desired. I'm hoping for a really deep clean. Splendid. Let's head for the hot spring then. I tell you, the scent of this hot spring is going to knock you out. Ooh, gorgeous. That background. See, like, I would want to dip in them, but it also looks like it might dissolve my skin, so, you know, I am conflicted. The hot spring room Sotohiko has been talking up is indeed a grand sight. It contains a variety of springs within its walls. One boils like hungering lava. The other possesses strange colors like green and blue. There are even springs with backgrounds of snowy scenery and deep forests that would make anyone think that they're in their own little secret spot. springs are so impressive that you cannot help but doubt Onomichi's testimony that business has been poor of late. Quite the sight, isn't it? Feel free to ask away if any of the springs catch your eye. As embarrassing as it is to say, the springs were too much for me to take care of alone and had fallen into disrepair. When Saruhiko arrived, however, he cleaned them up so well it's as if they were all brand new. And all by himself, no less. Well, it wasn't all that impressive. Besides, this is simply my job now. Well, truth is, my boss back in Asakusa says I've still got a long way to go. Sounds pretty harsh. He seems amazingly skilled as is. So it seems like Saruhiko most likely retained his memories as well. I mean, it was kind of implied since he was familiar with Jurong, but him saying he's more familiar with Asakusa definitely confirms that. Well, I do have to keep on working hard until he acknowledges me. A brief look of anguish clouds Saruhiko's features before he returns to his cheerful self. Alright, time to wash up before you dip in the springs. Master Onomichi, I'll have out. Do sit right here, Arthur. I'll wash you with the same precision and care that I washed Lord Susano's hair when he allowed me, so long ago. You sit down on a wooden chair, and Saruhiko and Onomichi will wash you down with a soapy washcloth from both sides. Feels nice. Like my little salon. Tickles a bit, though. Damn it. That spot. When the washing is done, Saruhiko starts massaging your shoulders while Onomichi takes care of your back. Okay, all done. Now, allow me to show you the spring I personally recommend. Saruhiko steps on a bar of soap at his feet and takes the air. He ends up tumbling right into you. Directly into you. Oh, you're surprisingly soft? Sorry about that. It's kind of cute expression he's making when his mouth is all squiggly. Boss used to scold me about how clumsy I could be. Are you alright? You're not hurt anywhere, are you? Saruhiko apologizes desperately, his face beat red. Saruhiko, you okay? It was a pretty traumatic fall. Drop on me and in me all you like. You're surprised that there's enough room in spring when Saruhiko's big, huge personality. For real, for real. Could you imagine if Saruhiko taking that entire package in? Look at that fucking shit. It's like a sword leg. Alright, I got distracted. I'm fine. Big sail landed in you, but it looks like you're barely alive too. Ugh, that was embarrassing. My face must be red like a lobster. Could you not stare at it so much? Goodness, Saruhiko. I hadn't imagined you would have such a cute side to you. Shut up! I just naturally turn red easily, that's all. I'm sensitive about it too, so don't stare so much. Saruhiko hurries around to hide his embarrassment. Eventually, you make it to a luxurious hot spring modeled after Lord Enma's palace. Awkward! Awkward! You can't just be like about to take a bath and then you just are meeting with the two people you were fighting with. Excuse me. I just remembered I have to prepare the bedding. I'll be going now. Oh, wait. Just hear me out first. If it's too awkward, I could be the one to leave. You're surprised? The spring isn't vacant. Onomichi attempts to make an exit, but Miniaki calls out to stop him. Onomichi, I apologize for before. Like you've all said, I was clearly acting out of line. Saruhiko and Erthen, thank you for stopping me. That happens to the best of us. We're just worried about your people. I thought you were colder than that. Please, you needn't bow. I was surprised, yes, but I felt you're hurt more than anything. You were thinking of those left behind, were you not? I can tell, for I feel the same way. Is he reminiscing about his time as Okuninushi? Or was it Onomichi? I forget which one is more before Amaterasu. It's been a while. You know, shit gets concerning when the mysterious music starts playing. They do use this music a lot. Do let me know if there is anything I can do to help. Sarutohiko and I will do our utmost, isn't that right? Well, if you are good with Master Onomichi, you're good with me. It is my role and my duty, after all, to help the wounded. Now, I have operated these springs here in hell ever since my answer to Lord Susano ordered me to wash his hair, and I believe it to be part of that role. Miniaki looks up in surprise to see Sarutohiko and Onomichi smiling at him. You would help me? After what I did to you? Spoken like a protagonist. I bet you've always been popular. There's no way this could be Daikoku. Of course. I imagine this will help Sarutohiko return to his Tokyo as well. Believe me, I understand more than anything the desire to return to where you once were. Indeed, Master Onomichi, that's right. I do have to get back to Tokyo myself. I wonder if Sarutohiko actually recognizes Onomichi before he came here to this hell. I mean, he should, mythology-wise, since they're from the same Takemakahara. But, who knows. Are you okay, Sarutohiko? You look sad for a second. Huh? What do you mean, Arzan? I'm smiling, see? Onomichi, I really appreciate it. You'll be a huge help in fixing this occult ordeal. Say no more. I look forward to being of assistance. Now that their argument is water under the bridge, Onomichi and Miniaki share a handshake. The four of you then enjoy the hot spring, chatting about Miniaki's students and the variety of medicinal effects the springs possess. It's about time I head out. You young'uns could probably keep it up, but soaking this long is tough on these old bones. We should get back to work as well. Well, Arthur, we'll be off. You decide to take a look at the other hot springs a bit more, drawn by their diversity. In one corner, however, you notice an individual partially obscured by the steam. Who this? Who this? That's Saikoku. I think that's Saikoku's, right? Onomichi? Didn't you go back to work? Hey, there he is. He snuck in. Arthur, I might have a moment of your time. Appearing before you as the steam clears is Daikoku, the man you knew to have gone missing. How do you make a well, you know, I guess maybe a bit of time has passed ever since we arrived to town. Or maybe he took a shortcut. Who knows? Alright, episode 3, part 1. Surprisingly, not too much happened in that episode, but it was nice to see Miniaki in full bloom there with his personality. We're probably going to see more characters in this episode. Maybe Shalotl or Kyukami. Please, BG Black, load properly. You love events that have no battles. We did actually have the battle though with what's called Miniaki. What's the matter? Don't want in? You don't know what you're missing. The water is great. I was wondering when you'd show up. So, do you know something? What are you plotting now? You really trust me that little, huh? Or perhaps you do trust me. In your own little way, that is. Just like Hajime trusted Nagito. Allow me to explain from the top, then. First, a primer on this world we're in. I don't know how much of this Horyukami has relayed to you, but we are in what many recognize as the afterlife. To be more specific, this place is based on my rather loathsome old haunt, Nenokuni, the underworld. Nenokuni? Never heard of it. You mean Nenokata Sukuni? Yes, of course. I suppose it's a little surprised you know. I mean, very studious of you. This land is officially called Nenokata Sukuni, the dumping ground of sin and filth. They say that in ages past, a certain someone called Haha no Kuni, the land of the mother. In any case, I am all but certain this land is terribly similar to the one I know. To answer where I was, well, I was going here and there to gain that certainty. Wait, while you're talking, this wasn't all you're doing? Of course not. This place isn't exactly a prime vacation spot now, is it? No, this is a prison secluded far beneath the surface, the denizens of which are barred from seeing the sun for eternity. Yeah, there's no way that Koku would want to intentionally go here. This is the place he wanted to escape. His old haunt. His tone is harsh, betraying a deep attachment, for better or for worse, to this world. But none of that matters. Let's get to what's important. Say there was a way to get back home from this living hell. What do you take along? What do you provide your aid? It depends on how, I suppose. No, I'm not going to ask anything too tough of you. You see, there is likely a certain bow somewhere in this realm. The bow possesses immense life force, enough to bring the dead back to life. Perhaps then we could borrow this bow? Do you follow me? Let's say we go looking for it. Just the two of us. Sus! Shouldn't we go searching as a group? You'd rather bring everyone? I wonder about that, given how no one can use the rules. Moving as a large group would be too dangerous, so I thought it would be wise. I thought it wisest to travel late. Which is why I came to meet you in private. You understand, yes? I have no ill intentions whatsoever. Sus! If there's a reason, I'll hear it. But I can't use my real ear, so why me in particular? It's simple. I need someone who has a bond with that bow. That bond, once formed, overcomes rule, rank, and even world. It draws those with it together. You have such a bond with it. You are worthy of it. Was that one of the original artifacts that they were talking about in yesterday's flashback about Onomuchi's original sacred artifacts? I forget what they were, but I'm pretty sure the gavel was not one of it. Is this related to that Susano? I heard I look a lot like him. I'll refrain from commenting on that. And about you, Daikoku. Do you have a bond? You have no bond with a bow? I'm afraid I do not. As Daikoku, I'm allowed no such thing. This is possibly a lie, but essentially he can't. He chooses not to associate it with it because it would be a risk to his existence, as we know, if it starts blending together. That is why I need you, and am enduring shame to ask for your cooperation. And I'm sure that Miyaki will never let me hear the end of it if I run into him. Well, he should have cooled up by now. Don't have any more questions? Hold on. Got one more. Even if we get that bow, with our rules sealed, you think the bow will be useless given our sealed rules? Well, we still don't know exactly why we can't use our rules here. I have a few hypotheses, but the possibility is high that the bow's rule will not work. You are correct about that. Which is why we will have to solve that problem separately after obtaining the bow. If you found any clues about that problem, though, I'd love to hear them. Either way, if you've decided to come with me, you're waiting outside of town in about an hour. I hope to see you there. Leaving you with that, Daikoku heads off. Mystery Most Profound. All Sought Paradise. Episode 3. A Ray of Hope. Where'd Jurong? You return to your large room to find Jurong and the others engaged in a pillow fight with Onomuchi's permission. I guess they are playing around. They're actually just playing around with these dudes. What say you give up? You stand no chance against my pillow prowess. Oh my god. You're just as powerful as you are evil, great dictator, Dark Hork you call me. I guess they're just playing along with Jurong right now. I'm not giving up. I won't let you toy with this world. No when there's still hope. Let's go, Saratico Ranger. That's what I like to hear, Jurong Ranger. When the two of us are together, none can stand in our way. It looks like they're playing heroes and villains in their pillow battle. They really need to know. Sorry, Daikoku, I think I'll share a bit. You could say it was our secret. Ah, it's my hero. Is something wrong? Look as though you are holding something back. Jump scare. Hiding something, are we? Huh? Out with it, out with it! If you don't, we will enact heroic justice onto you and onto your secretive ways. Let's go, Jurong Ranger! You got it, Saratico Ranger! Time for the double tickle attack! I love these guys. I'm liking Saratico more and more. I see. So working with him might get us back to Tokyo, he says. Can he really be trusted, though? This Daikoku character is the one Dr. Miyake thinks is behind all this, right? What? Is that true, Miyake? Because I cannot imagine him being behind any of this. Not after meeting. So Miyake is here. I was a bit confused by that. All eyes are on Miyake, and he answers with a bit of an awkward smile. That's what I thought, certainly, but with the things the way they are, I guess I really can't argue anymore. Now hold on, Dr. Miyake. You can't go losing your confidence like that. Saratico, you really got me dead to rights there. Saratico gives him a smug look before returning to the topic at hand. Say, would you mind not sharing any of this with Mr. Onomichi? He has a job down there, here, and he seems to dislike fighting more than most. So I'd rather not drag him in. Personally, I'd rather have Jurong wait for us here at the inn too. What? That's a fair? Why am I the one that gets left out? I figured you wouldn't quietly agree. You end up following Saratico's request and keep the mission a secret from Onomichi as you all head off, Jurong included. Aww. Jurong, this way! Wait a moment. He told you to come along, right? What will he say if we show up in the crowd? I mean, taking a gang to a one-on-one fight is a fast track to having a really violent argument. Arthur, I'd like to confirm what Chief Daikoku told you earlier. He said that, since we're going into danger and can't use our rules, he didn't want to drag in too many others, right? Which is why he wanted you to meet him alone, correct? Yeah? What about it? I see. Well, I'm sure it's nothing we can't persuade him into accepting, forcefully or not. What? At least put a little more thought into it than that, Doctor. Alas, either way, let's go and hear him out before Master Onomichi gets back. Yeah, road trip! I love this. Daikoku hears far more footsteps approaching than he had anticipated. He looked really disappointed. His face is lined with deep disappointment as he turns to face the sound. Harrison, this is not what we discussed. Would you mind explaining? I'll hear your defense, if you have one. I think we should all work together. Believe in me as I believe in them, you know? A poor excuse if I ever heard one. My condition was that I would work with you and you alone. Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. I had trusted you, but it seems that trust was misplaced. Let's not get out of ourselves here. We didn't earn that trust. He turns his back as if to say he's finished with this discussion, but Ninaki calls him from behind. Chief Daikoku, let me ask as well. Would you help us? What brings this change of heart? Or was your pride always cheap enough to let you bend the knee to me? Pride? That doesn't matter right now. Not one bit. A grown man can't worry about appearances when he has to save his kids. Your other comrades say their piece to Daikoku as well. I heard you helped us before we were vulnerable. Would you let us help you this time, then? To repay the favor? Well, I didn't want to drag any of you into danger. But if you're so eager, I have no choice but to fold.
Thanks, Mr. Daikoku. You're so nice.
Glad to hear it. Dr. Miyake was right. You folded a bit easily there, Daikoku. I take it this was all part of your plan, Chief Daikoku. Miyake whispers into Daikoku's ear so none of the others can hear. My, I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't imagine you'd think that Arthur would leave the others behind. If you're going to end up taking everyone, you might as well make it appear as though you're compromising. Drag out those chains of guilt and earn yourself a favor. Textbook manipulation right out of your playbook. I have that right, Chief Daikoku. You speak as though you can see right through me. I expected you to be less insightful without your sacred artifact. Indeed, without my trust, the use of my trusty eye, my intuition and perception aren't quite as what they used to be. I say that based on what I've learned about you from our past. You might say I'm acting on blind trust at the moment. I will not claim you have me all wrong, but I will say that even I have mercy. Particularly towards those who do not have the power to fight. Like that one young one, for instance. I see. So you really didn't want Jurong to come and released. Daikoku shifts his gaze towards Jurong! For you see, I prefer leading those who believe themselves strong enough to crush others. Now then, Arthur, do you honestly intend to drag such a child around on this venture? Well, when you put it like that, should we leave Jurong? Let me think.
Hey! I can fight a little. There's no way I'm letting you leave me behind.
Jurong, listen to me. This place is far more dangerous than you think. Without our secret artifacts and rules, we're essentially fighting with our arms tied. I'm not sure that we can protect you. You expect Jurong to argue with Daikoku, but he simply looks surprised.
Wait! You all can't use the rules? I can still use mine. Oh!
Plot twist! I mean, it should have been him because this entire thing is probably caused by him. Everyone is shocked by Jurong's revelation. Oh my god! Tell us the date! Wait. Jurong, are you serious? Could you show me?
Nandato? Well, it's nothing all that special, really.
Colors! Jurong conjures up a flame in his hand that shifts colors as it flickers. The last time we talked about rules being unusable was after Arthur woke up. Which was right before Jurong did. I'd completely forgotten to check his rule was unusable. Oh my gosh, the O-ring! How about you, Sarutohiko? Can you give your secret artifact a spin? Arion turns to look at Sarutohiko, but he apologetically shakes his head. I attempted using it while cleaning up one of the strings, but unfortunately, my sacred artifact simply would not answer the call. Oh, and Master Onuichi does not appear to have that kind of power to begin with. We were talking earlier, and he mentioned how he always relies on the aid of others. He said he didn't have the power to stand up and fight for himself before coming here, since he had not been given a role. Imagine that even now he can't hold his own in a fight. That's why I don't want to track him into any violent business. If you ask me, distancing him from danger because of his perceived lack of power may be just as humiliating to this Master Onomuchi. Oh, really? Just what it makes you think you know so much about him. You don't see the resemblance? Right, you are. Daikoku answers with a smile fixed on his lips, then says no more. Let's sideline that for now. Anyway, Jurong, do you have any idea of why you're the only one who can use a rule?
I've got no idea. I didn't even know the rest of you couldn't use their powers down here.
If we find out why you can't use yours, Jurong, then we may be able to piece together how to cover ours.
Yeah, but he's so cute. Oh my god, Joe's so cute. I've just got no clue. I mean, this rule is something I'm just borrowing anyway.
Borrowing?
Yeah. I got my power from someone. From, who was it again? Well, anyway, if it isn't mine to begin with, that means someone else must have given it to me, right?
I can relate. Not the fruits of your labor, huh? I started like that.
I need understood. So, yeah, I'm just using something I borrowed, that's all. So, I can't really give a good answer about that, like, why I can still use it.
Oh, don't know. Using something you borrowed, eh? Well, something about that sounds familiar, but... Ultimately, no matter how much speculation and debate the group goes through, no answer about Jurong's rule is reached. As the debate intensifies, Jalal stands quietly on fringes, looking glum. You can use his powers instead of it being borrowed. No, that's backwards. It's because it's borrowed that he can use it. Because I've got an idea of what's up. I don't know if it's the same as what Jurong is talking about, but... I think it's the same reason that I've been able to use my brother's sacred artifact since coming here. You've been able to use it? Wake up! Like, that would have been good to know earlier, jeez. I've got to come out and say it, but if I do, they'll know that I didn't use my power when I could have. That's the reason why he didn't say it yet. Fucking awful, Charlotte. I might have been having to use it, but I'm terrified of this thing. What is the matter, Charlotte? You seem rather pale. Is all well? Sorry, I just had something on my mind. Sorry for worrying you. The nightmares still haunt him nightly, taunting him with the memory of what happened right before coming to Tokyo. Flashbacks now add tension to his voice and give him pause. Shadol cannot bring himself to talk about this. Well then, Daikoku, can I ask what you would have us do? Right. Earthen is not giving us any actual details yet. If you can just give me a concrete destination, I'll be able to lead you anywhere in hell. Hearing this, Daikoku looks at you in surprise. Oh? Earthen, hadn't told you anything? I'm surprised you agreed to do all this. Do this at all, not knowing what you're getting yourselves into with no powers. Oh, I suppose in the lack of power sense, Earthen is in the same boat. Daikoku starts to tell them what he told you in the spring. About how similar this world is to the one in his memories, and of the bow that can resurrect the dead. No, Chief. I know how thorough you tend to be. You have an idea of where the bow may be, don't you? I give it a 50-50 odds. There's only one place I can think of. I'm sure you saw a grand, luxurious building towering the distance on your way here. Yes? Was that around the bridge with the stone piling? They call it the palace of a certain Lord Enma, though it was quite absent from the world in which I lived. I made sure to gather information during my time here. Let me share what I found. The ruler of this world, this Lord Enma, reigns with an iron fist. If the bow we seek does not exist, it threatens to shake the very foundations of this world's rules. Would he simply leave it be? He would not. He could not. In fact, I believe that this character is the one behind us being here. Tensions run through the group. This Lord Enma has slain you and sealed your power. Could you stand a chance against them? It would be a violent fight. Brutal. You can see changes in the expressions of those who resolve themselves to the carnage. You decide to head back to the inn and discuss your plans of actions with this new information in mind. Right as your group turns and starts heading back towards the hot spring town, however. Who goes there? Show yourself! Before Yukami deflects a projectile that suddenly comes flying and glares in the direction it came from. A man and a woman step out from the shadow of a nearby building, an entourage of ogres and ghosts at their sides. Hey, it's Babylon and Tetsuox. Babylon! Tetsuox! So, you're the one our jailers let slip through their fingers. I'll ask Lord Enma to give Huckman and Tadjamo plenty of punishment for their incompetence later. While we measure the weight of your sins ourselves. Alright, gang! We start with that guy. Get him! Tetsuox points at Shalotl and shouts his order. His ogre and ghost sidekicks spring into action and leap onto the canine Therian. Wait, what do you think you're doing? Keep your hands off my clothes! They show no signs of attempting to harm Shalotl. Instead, they hold him down and strip him of his clothing, because of course. Shalotl! Try very, very hard not to look. Cover Shalotl tall. He goes past the stripped away Yukata to Balmon, who takes it and hangs it over the thin branch of a nearby tree. The branch, of course, bends greatly under the weight of Shalotl's clothes. Ding, ding, ding! You are guilty! This is supposed to be some sort of weird test where you put on clothes on trees and they'll determine your guilt. Oh yeah, guilty, guilty, guilty! What's going on? Remember who you are, Babylon! Guilty, guilty! This branch bends under sin. The worse the sin, the more it bends. In other words, if you got some real crime on your sheet, I mean, he is hiding something. Outwitting our jailers and running off is a dire crime against hell in itself. Running away like that is a crime back in Midland even. So you really got me there. Oh, of course we ran. They attacked us. I'll protect you, Shalotl. He's so cute, so you must be innocent. Arson, please don't shout that so loud. Shalotl. Now for the rest of you. Let's see how sinful you really are. I feel like I'd like Shalotl more if he just showed up in the story more. But, you know, in this final proper event featuring him, he seems to be pretty cool. Oh no, after battle. Okay, we are going to be starting or finishing off with part 2 of episode 3. Let's do this. Not the mofu. Now, it's your turn. Ready to be judged? Goodness, I'd imagine this counts as at least some kind of public indecency. It probably does, Chief Daikoku, but we need to be more on guard. There's no telling when they'll stop targeting our clothes and start targeting us. Meanwhile, Saruhiko is curled up in a ball in the corner, his face red as can be. He's cute. Come now, Saruhiko. You're one of the earthly deities. How is it showing a little skin has gotten you so crushed? No, why did it skip? Well, of course it has been crushed, old man. What can be more embarrassing? My, whatever happened to showing a little deference to your elders? Though I suppose the sorry state is no surprise. They've always projected courage while losing to those who truly have it. Why are you sounding so smug? I don't know, what are you even talking about? Huh? Come to think of it, your face does look awfully fun. What? Saruhiko takes a good look at Daikoku's face. He then lets out a high-pitched squeak and starts to turn pale. Wait! When I look at you more closely, there's simply no mistaking it. You are... I do not think I could hide it from you, but you are as dense as ever. Not to mention, as prone to sticking your foot into your mouth. I would ask you to keep it closed for now, though. That is a name I have long since left behind. I can't say understand, but... Understood. My lips are sealed. What's up with Saruhiko? I wonder how Jurong's doing. Jurong! No! He really loves his fucking face. One second. Yeah! Stay away, you weirdos! Arthur, Jurong, hide behind me. You, Jurong, and Horyukami are the only targets left unstripped. Horyukami fights desperately to protect you, but the waves of enemies gradually wear him down. I have a little chance of turning the tides without my sacred artifact. I need some form of plan. Some counter. Shalotl, anytime now. Feeling Horyukami's tension, Jurong clutches the lupine Therian sleeve from behind. Horyukami chuckles and gives Jurong a reassuring pat on the head. Almost immediately after, however, his smile is replaced with a look of shock. Huh? Oh, so that was his rule. The flame of Jurong's rule spreads from his hands onto Horyukami, engulfing his entire body. Jurong's eyes grow wide with surprise as he watches the Therian burst into flames before him. A moment of stunned silence follows, after which a figure emerges from the flames. Horyukami, with blazing wheels of fire on either side. What is this power? Is this Jurong's? Those are Jurong's flames. You mean you borrowed his rule? Ooh, I see. So Jurong's gonna be giving everyone powers. This time, because he's the best boy! He seems stunned by the sudden infusion of power, but immediately switches to battle mode to deal with the threats before him. Kasha, wheels of flames? And hell's flames, no less. Why do you command such power? I may not know what's going on, but that can wait until after this battle. Prepare yourselves for my fidget spinners! Horyukami controls the blazing wheels, the blazing fidget spinners with ease, handling defeating the ogres and ghosts that assail you. I think it's going to give you the edge, do ya? Well, take this! What's that? That isn't Babylon's rule. Those flames look familiar. Babylon conjures up a black tornado to resist Horyukami's flames. The force of his wheels and ferocity of his fire proves greater, however, and the ogres and ghosts burn up. Oh, rip Babylon. Babylon! Everyone's gonna burn up at this rate! I hate to say it, but you're right. Let's make a retreat. As a parting gift, Babylon calls upon one last black tornado to provide cover for her and hers. When whipping winds clear, your aggressors are nowhere to be seen. Looks like I was able to fend them off. My hero, are you unharmed? It's thanks to you and your fidget spinners, Horyukami. You're so cool out there. Where'd that power come from? The other four are putting their scattered clothes back on. They seem unharmed as well. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Jurong, but is your rule one that lets you grant flames to other people?
I don't really know. I just really didn't want Horikyu to lose. Like, it was all I could think about.
I see. Well, it would be quite the boon if you could control it, but... Inuyaki cuts himself off when he notices how down Jurong looks.
I'm sorry. I just wish I could be more useful to everyone. Oh, Jurong, we won because of you!
Don't worry about it. As long as you're smiling like you always do, you can keep on doing your best. Inuyaki answers Jurong's veritable whisper with a gentle pat on the head. Aww. So, hey, how about we head on back to Onomuchi's Inn then? Another pack of those jailers might find a skin for just wandering around here. Right you are. I need to make sure Master Onomuchi is unharmed too. Daikoku's escape plan and Horyukami's new power. Though you have more questions on your plate, the sliver of hope lightens the group's steps as you head for the inn. You return to the inn to find Onomuchi worried to the point of panic. There you are, Master Onomuchi. I thought you'd been overwritten or... Saruji-hiko, all of you, where had you disappeared off to? Oh, I was so worried. Oh, Master Onomuchi, apologies. It's simply that, well, we found a chance for all of us to get back to the world we came from, but did not wish to drag you into it. Onomuchi seems hurt by Saruji-hiko's work, Daikoku knew because he is an Ayurt though. If you had found passage back to your world, had you intended to up and leave without telling me? At least allow me to see you off, Saruji-hiko. When had you grown so cold? Hiko scrambles to apologize, and it's clear for all to see how worried Onamuchi was. Oh man, I'm hungry. I want to eat after this. Make sure to at least leave me a written note next time. Promise me. Oh. So, they were talking about how Daikoku's business wasn't particularly thriving. Was it the case during his time as Onamuchi, he was actually quite a lonely ruler? And that's partly part of the reason why it fueled his rage when he eventually escaped. I guess not too many others joined the underworld along with Onamuchi. Well, that's just a wild guess at this point. Certainly, but please stop looking like an abandoned puppy. My heart simply can't take it. Maniaki glances back and forth at Onamuchi and Daikoku and grins as if he's realized something. What are you smiling about? If you want to find yourself under my boot that much, I'd be more than happy to oblige. Okay, so then same room. Good to know. Oh yeah, its Aztec myth Charlotte is a psychopomp. Someone who can travel to and back to the underworld at will. Oh, well, I can see why he fits well with this story then. Maybe you should just use his power so that we can leave. Jeez. It's nothing. I was just wondering where along the road you lost that pure heart you once had is all. Oh wait, this is PDXP. It's nothing. I was just wondering where along the road you lost that pure heart you once had is all. Daikoku clears his throat and starts speaking in an exaggerated imitation of Miniaki's voice. Oh, please, my students. They're all talented with bright futures. I just couldn't bear to lose a single one. Wasn't that what you said? What? Where were you hiding? You could have just shown yourself. He was there during the entire exchange with Onamuchi. Just to embarrass him. That's so mean. Get roasted. Shall I call it a draw then? I see, so essentially it's just a mutual humiliation right now in terms of their pasts. The exchange strikes most men as funny, and they share a laugh. Ah. Now then, Chief Daikoku, I do believe I've seen Onamuchi around before. Any ideas? Hesitant to respond, a shadow darkens Daikoku's expression as he lowers his gaze. Whatever do you mean? I don't remember encountering such a naive-looking man. I see. We'll leave it at that then. Your exhausted group divides into those who head for the hot springs and those who rest in the room. As everyone splits up, Ryukami calls out to you. My hero, what would you say to dipping into a purpit together? Oh, forgive me. I mean a hot spring. The words slipped my mind for a moment. I was thinking about something else. Dip halfway together. Naked! The springs here truly are something. I had no idea there would be so many types. Ryukami walks through the springs area with you. He seems interested in the magma hot waters of one. Yeah, that was related to the place we went to as well, something about fire. Look at this water, red as blood. I wonder if it would make my fur red too. No, but it could burn you. The color scheme change might be nice though. Ryukami lightly dips his toes into the water, then slowly lowers himself into it. Okay, so it's not lava. Good to know. Not quite as hot as it would appear. Really, the temperature is perfect. Come, hurry on over. Let us rejuvenate our exhaustion from battle. So, why did you ask me out here? Did you want to talk about something? Well, my hero, there is something I must apologize to you for. I wonder if there's a concept of the underworld within the Ainu mythology as well. Ryukami turns to you before bowing his head. I'm sorry. I truly am. I had vowed to be your shield, and yet... So this is where his variant comes from. Yeah, it seems he gained his fidget spinners from Jurong, so kind of like the Makan variant where he gets his powers from Arc, except not really, but that's how it works, I guess. Even by your side, I could not save you. I'd let you die under my watch. Oh, he's talking about from the outside before when he got caught by the Awake Edge. Well, nothing could be done, really. Appreciate the thought. But, you know, this hell trip isn't too bad. Stream title. You aren't cross with me, Arthur? With my failure? Because should you wish it, I will endure any punishment. Hey, you did just save me. You'll keep on saving me, right? Sorry I can't help you. I cannot hope to make up for allowing your death with such a trifling act. Still, since you are giving me another chance, I will make another vow here and now. I'm still like remembering the pure terror that everyone felt to the black thing. Even like Koku, you know, these dangerous figures, and even someone like Miyake were completely vulnerable to the instant touch of death, and Hakumen just gave up instantly, knowing that it was like it for. That's how powerful whatever this Awakeage is. A true, you know, game looping apocalypse event. Looking at you squarely in the eyes, Yukami vows in a booming voice that echoes throughout the hot spring room. My hero, I hereby vow to be ready to give my afterlife as a battle to return you to our world. No matter how much dominion this Lord Enma has over this world, I vow to find us a way out. Earthen, will you believe in me? No. Okay. Yeah, we're all looking at each other. I want you to keep on protecting me. Yukami stands you up from the water with his mighty arms. Then, gazing into your eyes with a resolute look, he gently hugs you. I'll have to thank Jurong too for granting me the ability to fight in this underworld. It is thanks to him that I will be able to protect you and the others. Behold my fidget spinners! He conjures up a fidget spinner engulfed in flames and directs it to float around the two of you. His face is that of a child with a new toy, as if being able to control it fascinates him. I see, so that's why the powers don't really make sense to what everything exists. Because Ryukami's power is related to ice, I believe, and yet in his variant he has fire, which is like... that doesn't make sense, but, you know. I just figured it was some sort of resolution thing that let them transform their existing sacred artifacts, but it seems to be different. It seems to be a different sacred artifact rule power altogether. Ugh, forgive me. It was simply so novel I lost myself for a moment there. Maybe Jurong's like sharing his rule and it's changing based on their rule. He coughs and offers you a drink to change the subject. No then, my hero. Are you not thirsty? So thirsty. If you're going to stay in the bath for so long, you'll want to hold on to this. It's a bottle of my sweat. Like the good caretaker is, Porky hands you a sports drink. He had frozen it beforehand, and it is now partially melted from the heat of the hot springs. You don't want to forget to hydrate. Oh, and I imagined you would not want to drink something warm, so I chilled my bath water beforehand. Oh, I've already checked it with Onamuchi. I can drink in here, so there's no need to worry about that. Well, since you've given me a drink, I think I'll stay a little longer. Thanks, Yukami. You can give me a different drink later on. That might start just like Ali. You enjoy dipping in and out with a variety of hot springs made available. Finally, you head out before the bath fatigue has a chance to catch up with you. That was a good soak. Feel a relaxing room. I hear something. You can hear Jurong from the outside room. He sounds like he's having fun. Jurong! It's Jurong! My hero! I hereby vow to ready to give my afterlife as I bow to return you to our world! Did I pull it off? Did I sound cool? I think I got pretty close. Come on, Jurong. Could you ease off? This is embarrassing. That's a different sort of emotion you don't see very often from Yukami. Hey, Horikyu, play the bad guy again. I'll play you and defeat your villain really cool-like. Hey, what's going on here? I'm taking Yukami. You play season 2, huh? It was loud enough for the whole inn to hear. You couldn't shut it out if you tried. Jurong here thought it sounded so cool that he started repeating it, saying he wanted to be Horikyu. You couldn't blame him. We all saw Yukami in battle earlier. With an embarrassed look, Yukami attempts to calm everyone down. He's clearly not used to being lauded as a hero. I thought the story would actually turn out that way, where, you know, instead of Horikyu Kami trying to make a hero, he becomes a hero. That was my best guess based on why his artifact power is completely different for this. We're learning now why it's like that. I'm not the one you should be praising. It should be.
I want to be here just like you, Horikyu! Waku waku! Shiny pashani!
The unwavering look of pure admiration Jurong gives Horikyu believes the theory and a momentary loss for words. I absolutely love that the writers of this game knew that Jurong was too cute to be and too perfect in design that they decided to really lean into the cuteness. No other character could be this explicitly cute and adorable. written. But Jurong, you already are a hero. Had you not granted me this power, I would not have been able to fight as I did.
You really think so? Hearing that really makes me blush.
Jurong's heartwarming exchange with Horikyu Kami is enough to let you forget the dire situation you're in for a while.
Okay, for my next one. Well, actually, I think I'm kinda sleepy.
Oh, is it time for bed? Well, you've been through a lot, so I'm sure you're tired. You turn in.
What? I don't want to sleep, Bristow. I'll be alone.
I think my mouse is double clicking, that's why it's skipping. Those flaming wheels might be one Yudo, the condemned soul nobles, forced down to guard the gates of hell and heal souls. That is very specific. Your knowledge is always frighteningly accurate. And Zoro, thanks oddly for the insight. Seeing Jurong's disappointment, the group exchanges looks and chuckles. We're pretty tired too, so going to bed early so we're ready for tomorrow night might not be a half bad idea. Yeah, just thinking about being able to drift off into warm futons got me feeling a little sleepy myself. Everyone agrees to turn in for the night. They lay out on the futons side by side on the floor and drop onto them. Alright, see y'all tomorrow. Ready for lights out? Alright, good night everyone. Lights go off. Silence visits the room, punctuated by the result being the rustling of bed covers. Jurong, what are you up to?
Is everyone asleep already? I know I was really sleepy a minute ago, but I don't really feel like turning in anymore.
Well, talking won't help with that. Close your eyes. Sleep will follow. Aww.
But it's just, how often do I get to sleep in a big room with a fan like this?
Oh my god, fucking voice.
It feels like a waste to just turn in.
Good point. Feels like a big school trip. There's no concept of morning or night here. If you want to stay awake, you can do so for as long as you want. Look at all these bad adults suggesting this little one stay up. Well, I'll let it slide, but only for today. How about some Can't Ghost stories? We've got quite some tales from Kamikotan, I'm sure you'll... Let's not, okay? Let's just... not. I actually want to sleep tonight.
Let's turn on the lights back on and play the King's game.
Ooh, King's game. I think I've heard of this before. If you play the King's game with me, well, don't expect to return with your limbs intact. Chief Daikoku, at least have a little mercy on little Jurong. Suddenly, the door to the room slides open with a loud bang. Greetings! Irashai! Sounds like you're engaged in some wondrous revelry without me. Forgive me, everyone. Sarutehiko was determined to come over, and so they would not listen. With Sarutehiko and Onomichi in the fray, the slumber party gets louder. Lights stay lit, and the party goes on. Aww. Aww, that's cute. Trunk's the best! Trunk's the best unit ever! He's so cute! I love Jurong. And he rescued the day, and Horikyu did too. I'm kind of surprised that was Horikyu's episode, but we didn't really learn much about Horikyu's backstory, about, what's called Kamikotan at all. You'd expect you would, because it was his, but who knows, maybe we'll see more later. Yeah, let's get to my guild. So that is it for today's stream. Thank you for joining, everyone. It was absolutely wonderful to continue this. I'm surprised we haven't actually gone on our journey yet. This entire time we still stayed in a hot spring town, I mean, the most delayed journey ever, I guess. Like, we're supposed to see King Enma or something after all this time, and you know, it's like all of hell, right? So what? We still don't have a proper explanation for why there's a Hell Hot Spring Town, and where we're even going. How long will the journey will take and all that? It seemed like it took quite a while to even arrive there, so who knows? But yeah, as I said, we didn't really learn too much about Horikami, which is surprising. You know, I feel like I'd like Horikami the least that was inside our cast. I'm not saying I dislike him, but out of everyone, he's just like, he's the least impact. You know, his story was good within the main chapter, but he hasn't had his main chapter relevance in like 10 million years, like chapter, what's called 7 or something. So it's been a while since we've seen some relevance, and I thought we would be getting some more detail about Kamiko-chan here, but it seems not so much so. We saw just a tiny bit of him becoming a hero instead of him trying to find a hero, which, you know, could have been something more fun to explore, but not really, apparently, because they just mentioned it in passing as a character development detail. I wouldn't even count it as that. Still, it seems like Horiki played an important role to exploring the story at hand with Jurong being able to give powers. So it seems like, just like the name of this event, A Mystery Profound, we're getting more and more hints about what's happening here. Progressively, like an investigation. We're learning about, you know, Jurong has his powers and he's able to bestow them, and we learned from Shalotl that it has to do with borrowed powers, so maybe Shalotl is able to bestow it in the same way. That would make sense for his kit too, given, you know, he lets others get crit when they move. That would be pretty interesting, actually. But yeah, most likely that's going to be something like that. Maybe we'll see it in the future, but it seems from the track of this, we will not be getting as much further explanation or for the stories of Shalotl or Horikami. I guess they've been fully explored already. I mean, you know, maybe I just assume maybe there's something more, but maybe not for Ainu mythology. Just a brief recap, Horikami's story was about, you know, him trying to find a hero, make from children, and then they just went off to die in this world of the eternally frozen world of Kamiko-tan. And that was his struggle, but that was also his role. And in the original mythology of Horikami, I believe it was like he's supposed to represent the connection between the wild and the people. That might actually be what's called the other one, Kimakami, but I believe there's some sort of wilderness to person connection there as well. And besides that, we also got to see Miniaki in action. So Miniaki himself, we see that he's still powerless without having powers. I don't know if Jurong will share his powers with him as well. But in very least, we got to see a lot of different colors of his personality that we never even got to see before. He was, you know, surprised. He was yelling. He was, you know, he made jokes. He wasn't just being creepy, and he was actually, you know, being considerate and very thoughtful and very perceptive, even without his save power effect. So definitely a huge plus for Miniaki, even if we didn't really see his powers that much. He was just beating up his fellow people. But yeah. Overall, good explanation for Miniaki, lacking explanation for Horikami. We already covered Daikoku throughout the 2 episodes so far, but it seems the mystery of Daikoku is still unraveling. They both exist in the same place, which is not something that normally happens. I guess they might be actually 2 actual separate existences, just like, you know, Durga and Parvati. Yeah, we'll just have to see if we don't really know much about Sarushi himself at this point either, so that's kind of like a mystery of a mystery because that hasn't been developed. But yeah, I'm kind of elaborating too much here. I'm very excited for the next part, which I'll be finishing off tomorrow. But yeah. Self-Roy, thanks Sarah, Best Guardian Wolf, your husband. Get ready for more husbando time tomorrow. And get ready for more Jurong time tomorrow! Looking forward to episodes 4, 5, and the epilogue. Oh yeah, by the way, I do have a video ready to be published, so look forward to that after the stream is done. I'm going to be publishing the review for the banners. Look forward to that. Alright, that's all for now, cuties. Catch you next time!